Good morning, Michiana. A frosty start this morning. Temperatures beginning in the teens. We'll talk about a warm-up, though. When are we done with these winter temperatures? In your ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Weather Forecast. ABC 57 News continues right now.
Covering South Bend, Elkhart, and all of Michiana, this is ABC 57 News at 6:30.
The Notre Dame women's basketball team is getting ready to hit the hardwood, who the Fighting Irish are playing tonight in the NCAA tournament. Plus,
it's been very surreal. The tragedy is unthinkable.
Breaking overnight, at least 8 people are dead after this weekend's Washington State mudslide, and possible objects found by multiple countries that could be linked to Flight 370. Breaking details we're following this morning. Good morning, Michiana. Welcome to ABC 57 News. I'm Emily Pritchard. The calendar, well, it may say spring, but today we'll remind you a little bit more of winter. Let's go straight out to ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood meteorologist Tom Coombs with a look at our forecast today. Hey, Tom.
Good morning, Emily. Yeah, it's another taste of winter, hopefully our last taste of winter this morning, as temperatures dipping down into the teens, and don't expect a big warm up today. Here's the plan for the rest of the morning. We see temperatures in the 20s and teens, up to around 24 by 10 a.m. We'll see some sunshine, see some passing clouds as we're looking at Skycast out of Buchanan, Michigan. But otherwise staying cold today. Tomorrow morning, we may be dealing with snow for that morning drive. We'll talk about that. We'll get you through the drive tomorrow. And then we're on the way to a warm-up as we head towards the weekend in your ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Weather Forecast. Emily?
And breaking overnight, the death toll in Washington State in that mudslide there has now doubled from 4 to at least 8. More are critically injured. Even more are missing after this weekend's mudslide. Now, right now, search crews, they're having a tough time getting to those unaccounted for. The thick mud is 15 feet deep in some areas, and nearly 20 people are still missing at this hour. Roughly 30 homes were also damaged or destroyed. And also breaking right now, an Australian plane has located 2 objects in the Indian Ocean believed to be from that missing Malaysia flight. CNN says one is circular and that other object is rectangular, and they could also get those objects out of the water within the next hour or so. Now, the objects, they are believed to be from Flight 370, but nothing has been confirmed so far. Now, China also says their planes have spotted, quote, suspicious objects in the South Indian Ocean as well, where satellite images indicated possible debris from that missing plane. Now, in other news, a source says that flight changed altitude, flying as low as 12,000 feet after it made a sharp turn. According to the Wall Street Journal, weather is expected to hamper that search for the flight and debris as 10 planes resumed that hunt this morning. And also breaking right now, around 30 people are injured after a train derails at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. Take a look at these pictures from that incident. You can see that train smashed into the escalator. Now, none of those injured are believed to be serious. The train derailed just before 3 this morning. It's not clear what caused that train to derail, but a CTA spokesman says the train apparently didn't stop and was likely going at a speed, quote, higher than normal. And developing here this morning, with a weekend's worth of March Madness officially in the books, many brackets are busted. I know mine is, but the top-seeded Notre Dame women's basketball team did not disappoint. The Fighting Irish, they rolled past Robert Morris 93-42 on Saturday. Next for the still undefeated Fighting Irish is the 9th-seeded Arizona State Sun Devils. ABC 57's Eric Cox is live along Notre Dame Avenue this morning with the latest on tonight's matchup. Hey, Eric.
Good morning, Emily. Well, history has shown that it can be pretty rough playing on the road away from home in the NCAA tournament, but Notre Dame has it better than most in this year's tournament. You see, yes, the University of Toledo Savage Arena is technically a neutral playing site for both teams showing up at tonight's matchup, but when compared to Arizona State, the other team on the side of that matchup, it's actually an advantage for the Irish. You see, Emily, the Sun Devils and their Arizona-based fans had to travel almost 2,000 miles for the Toledo Regional. And as for Notre Dame and their followers, just 150 miles. That's only a 2.5-hour drive here from South Bend. This means the Irish might have a reason to feel lucky with a majority of the fans in the stands on their side. If the Irish do, in fact, pull off the victory against ASU this evening, their arena advantage only gets better from here. Notre Dame's playing host to their own regionals next 2 rounds, the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. That means they may be feeling right at home until they'd have to head to Nashville for the Final Four, which really has started to become a home away from home for the Irish these last few seasons as well. Now, tip-off is tonight at 6:30 in Toledo. Live on Notre Dame Avenue this morning, Eric Cox, ABC 57 News.
Thank you, Eric. And from the women's basketball tournament to the men's, Michigan State is moving on in the NCAA tournament. Last night, the Spartans beat Harvard 80-7 noon, and the Detroit Tigers open against the Royals. That game is slated for 1 o'clock. And this week, those behind Sarah Strong will meet to begin the process to officially start the Sarah Strong Foundation. It's been almost 3 months since the Elkhart teen lost her battle with colon cancer. The Crane family hopes to have everything running in June for the Passionately Purple Sarah Crane Foundation. And the group also established a scholarship at Elkhart Memorial. It will honor a senior who's in track, cross country, or the color guard. And the first scholarship will be awarded in May. Well, if you're looking for a job, listen to this morning. ABC 57 has 2 hiring events that you can check out. The first is at Nautic Global Group. They're hiring more production employees for both of its Elkhart and Syracuse facilities. Open interviews, they will be tomorrow, but first, you must fill out an application online. We've made that easy and put a link to that on our website. Then, open interviews will be at Polar Craft Production Facility on East Chicago Street in Syracuse. Now, those are from 12:30 until 3:30 tomorrow. And there will also be a job fair in LaGrange County tomorrow. Linking Michiana's 3rd annual job fair is tomorrow. That's at Howe Military Academy, of course, in Howe, Indiana, from 2:30 until 5:30. 23 companies will be at that job fair, with 19 of them looking to fill 900 jobs. The event is open to everyone, including veterans and teens, and you should bring your resumes and dress for a job interview. Now, for more info on both of these job fairs, just head to our website, abc57.com. And 6:36 this morning, you could call it the Great Elephant Escape. Several ran away from their handler at a circus in Missouri. Coming up, how the elephants got away and what officials say they did next. Plus, Obamacare is now 4 years old. What it means for you as that deadline for health insurance quickly approaches.
Tracking some flurries in Berrien County. Could this be our last taste of winter? I will talk about a warm-up in your ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Weather Forecast.